One of my favorite tools in Google Classroom is the tool that allows you to ask students questions. It's kind of different than creating an assignment in that it's really used to spur discussion or to do a quick formative assessment. So let's look at how you create a question. First, you need to be in the classwork page. And when you click on the Create button at the top, we just talked about assignments in the last video, but if you click on Question, now this gives you the ability to ask some sort of question. So what I'm going to ask is, what is the main difference between the stream and classwork? Okay, and so what we're going to do with this is we could do a number of things. One, we could create this question for all of our classes. We looked at that in one other example. So maybe I'm teaching this class multiple times. I'm using the question as an entry task, and I don't want to have to rewrite the question 5 times. I'm teaching the same thing 5 times in a row. So I could just go ahead and assign it to those other classes by checking those classes that I want it to go on. This works the same way for assignments as well. The other thing you could do with questions that's really cool and assignments is you can choose who they go to. So in this case, it's going to all my students, but if I only wanted to go to a select group of students, I could do that as well. So there's my question. I can give it a point value if I want, and I can give it a due date, and I can put it in a topic, because maybe I want to use a question as part of a module that I've created. For this example, I'm just going to leave it as is. 2 types of questions you can use, either short answer or multiple choice. Multiple choice is really straightforward. Here's your options. You just write what you want for your choices. I'm going to use short answer because I think this is a little more interesting. You can decide if students can reply to each other, so you can turn that on and off. And you can decide if they can edit their answer, so you could turn that on and off. I'm going to go ahead and leave both of those on, and I'm going to ask the question so you can see what happens. Okay, so now I've asked the question. Now I'm going to go over and show you what it looks like as a student. So back over as a student, I'm going back to my class, and it says in classwork, there's the question right at the top. Again, I didn't associate it with any topic, so it just shows right up at the top. What is the main difference between the stream and classwork? So I'm going to view question, and I'm going to put my answer in here. Main difference is that in the stream, you basically post announcements. And in classwork, you post assignments, questions, and create topics. Okay, so there's my answer. Now when I click turn it in, now I have the ability to see classmates' answers, which is really, I think, pretty cool. So you can basically hide how other kids answer until the student posts. Now, since I turned on the ability for the student to edit their response, they can go back after they see their classmates and edit it. But again, I could turn that off as well. So it's really simple to use. And like I mentioned before, using a multiple choice question works very much the same way. And it's really a great feature. It could be used in an entry task. It could be used as a quiz. Just a lot of different ways to use the question tool inside of classwork.